Hello, hello. I apologize if I'm a little dark. It's a little overcast here today, but hi, it's Angelique with Lady Powerhouse Solutions. Normally, I would be doing the Women's Synergy Connection right now, but it got to be about five after and no one had hopped in. So here I am with my messy office, keeping it real here, y'all. Um, but I just wanted to share a little bit about what I was planning to share today for Women's Energy Connection for anyone who might want to pop in later and catch this little replay. So I skipped July. I don't remember what happened, but something came up and I wasn't able to do it. But the last one we did was back in June, and we did a mid year audit. So, in the last time we met, which was in June, we talked about reviewing revenue, clients, visibility systems, energy, and then choosing one little strategic thing to move forward on, not 10, one. And then for the second half of the year, answer what am I continuing? What am I stopping? What am I starting? Because the first half of the year gave you information, but the second half of the year is where you decide what to do with it. So, future results not determined by your January intentions. They are determined by the decisions you make, kind of like in the wild, in the moment, right? So while that session was kind of focused on being reflective, but it was also about empowering ourselves and being forward focused and giving everyone permission to tell the truth, celebrate progress, and make smart adjustments before the second half of the year not only takes off but leaves us behind. Because I don't know about you, it's August, and I feel like it was just June. So, um, for July and August, the arc for the year, we were going to talk about in July leadership, identity, decision mastery, and then this month the simplification of our offers and our profit scaling. I have been going through a lot of the simplification and redoing my offers and things for my other brand for Divine Feminine Rising. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to drop them in the chat. Be happy to answer them, or DM me wherever you're seeing this, catching this replay. But this month, I'm going to try and squish together July and August, and just kind of skim over some of the content for July. So leadership identity and decision mastery. So this is about embodiment. And I talk a lot about this inside of Divine Feminine Rising as well. And Divine Feminine Rising, if you don't, it just is about what it says in embodying, awakening and embodying our divine feminine, and everybody has it. This is not just a woman thing. So guys, if you are catching this, listen in. You're not missing out, um, if you're tapping in. So tapping into that divine feminine, and having the duality, having the ability to have that duality between the divine feminine and the masculine divine, or just feminine and masculine. If you don't like the word divine, let's just leave it there. So, for the leadership component, lots of masculine there, right? So, looking for clarity, and holding boundaries, restructuring. But the embodiment piece, that's where the feminine comes in. So we're going to look at hard decisions that we've avoided, and try to get clarity around what we're doing, not just with our team, because not everyone has a team. A lot of women and men both out there solopreneuring this stuff. So maybe that team clarity is around the people you surround yourself with. So if you're a solopreneur, because that, as we know, has impact on us. So the people you're surrounding yourself with. So if you don't have a technical team, you can look at the people that you're surrounding yourself with, your tribe, if that's what you want to call it, and apply the principles of getting clarity about who really deserves your time and your space. One way to really make that simple, uh, not easy, but simple, is to look at the boundaries and the people who are willingly honoring those or being respectful around those, and who isn't. And that'll give you a lot of clarity about the team, and who's on your really on your team, right? And then s- restructuring and specifically around our calendar right now, I'm also working on that. It's funny how these things just happen. But getting more structure. I am a huge proponent, believer in time blocking my calendar. And I go through phases where every minute of my day practically. And at first I do really well at honoring the boundaries and the time blocks, but eventually I get a little sloppy and careless and I stop honoring the boundaries I've set for myself or the time blocks I've set for myself. And revisiting and restructuring that, looking at what's working, what's not, and why. Not just what is working and isn't, and getting rid of what isn't working, but why. Why isn't it working? So that you can determine, is it something that you still need to work on, and reallocate that time to something else. So that's a way of embodying um, those CEO level types of focus so that it can drive your execution. Again, all very masculine business. The business side is very masculine. The divine part, feminine part of it for me in embodying those themes and those practices so that it can drive you to actually execute, right? Because we can read about things all day long. You can listen to me talk until you're blue in the face and you're sick of listening to me. But unless you actually take action and execute and embody those beliefs, belief systems, and practices, it isn't going to work for you, right? The other part was, this is the part that I've really been diving into lately, is the simplification of the offers that I've got out there and profit scaling. Along with that, I have found, and I will be honest, this was not included in the little outline I did, but what I've found is the messaging. The messaging has so much to do with simplifying your offers. So initially, the focus was streamlining to scale. Not everybody wants to scale, and that is okay. I know it's a big buzzword, and everybody thinks that, that's really how you um, make the big money, and that's good and fine for people who want that. But if that isn't your focus, or maybe you want to scale, but you don't necessarily want to scale because you want to make more money. Maybe you want to scale because you want to reach more people and make a bigger impact. Um, that's the kind of scalability I want to get behind. I love money. Don't get me wrong. It is a fantastic tool. I would love to have more of it so that I can do more and create a bigger impact in my world. But that is why I want to make the money, is so that I can make the impact. And I don't think I'm alone in that. I think a lot of women and men both, but especially women, we are very impact focused, impact driven. Um, and having a lot of money in the bank does create safety and security. Um, but really, at the end of the day, uh, we want to know that we made an impact on the world, and money can help us scale the impact that we have. So on a CEO level, we want to look at eliminating underperforming offers. So if you've got an offer out there that's underperforming or isn't performing at all, which is kind of my case, I'm being transparent. You want to eliminate those. So I'm in the process of doing that, and increase your high margin focus. So again, this is very monetarily worded, but when I look at that and I see high margin focus, I think about the amount of impact I can make for the amount of energy that I'm expending, right? So that's why I love events, live events especially, so much, but virtual events as well, because for the same amount of energy for that hour and a half or hour or 4 hours for a larger event, you can reach far more people for just a little bit more energy and monetary investment, right? So look at what's getting you a higher margin, whether it's monetarily or in increase those. So we're eliminating underperforming so that we can make room, sound familiar? Make room for something that has a higher margin. And recurring revenue. So I'm probably just um, repeating what you guys already know, but I'm going to reiterate it. Recurring revenue. If you can create an offer that's based on a recurring revenue, where you're not out there hustling every single month, um, that's just smart. It's just smart. So if you have an offer that is recurring, again, increase that or put more focus or energy behind it. And then optimize delivery models. Now, what does that mean, Angelique? I don't understand. What are these words you are using? So I come from a very project management centric corporate background up until about 6 years ago when I went out on my own. And that is very corporate language, right? Optimized delivery models. But what that means is look at how efficiently you are delivering the service or product that you're providing to the people that you want to impact. So whether you are running a nonprofit or you are running a small business, a solopreneur, you have a team of 20, this language is essentially the same. Optimized delivery models means what is working well and getting the best value to you and your customer or client or target market, however you label it, and look at how you can increase either how much of that delivery model you're using, how you're delivering the product or service, do more of that, or if it's not, but you really like it, you're really doing it well, you're super passionate about it, look at ways that you can improve it, right? You can make it more efficient, more cost effective, and all of those things. So, one of the things that I am learning is this um as we have as I can only speak from my experience, as I have been in business for myself and I've looked at all the different ways to be proficient and get better at what I do. um Automations are big. Automations are a big thing, but the problem with those is they can be complex and costly if you don't know how to do them yourself and you're having to hire someone or teach someone. So, and complexity often dilutes profit. Why? Because there are more steps. That's what makes it complex. It takes longer. Also, why it's complex, so it's going to take a little longer, and all of that's going to dilute your profit, either because it's taking more of your time or it's taking more of the time that you are um, spending on others to do it for you, right? So, those are the highlights. Normally, inside of Women's Synergy Connection, there would also be a series of questions and journaling and things like that. If you're interested in getting the worksheet that was related to today's topic, just again, DM or drop a comment, and I'll be in touch and I'll be happy to share that with you. I hope that you found this beneficial and helpful to you. And I hope that next month, what are we talking about next month? Let's take a look. Next month, we are talking about, let me look at my notes. Market position and authority elevation. So basically owning the room, right? Niche refinement, signature framework development, PR or speaking strategy, podcast, any kind of, talking, doing speaking engagements, things like that, and testimonials as authority assets. So I am big on this. That's another thing, interestingly enough, that I am focusing on right now is kind of pushing out on the social media um, testimonials that I've received. I get testimonials and then I don't like. I know you guys have done this too. You don't publish it, you don't share it, you don't toot your own horn. Especially for women, it is difficult for us to brag on ourselves. Um, so that is what we will talk about next month. I hope you have a fabulous rest of the week. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of the month, and we will see you next month. And again, this is the I got to pull up my calendar. The Women Synergy Connection is always on Thursdays at 4 p.m. And I'm pulling up my calendar because I think this is the third Thursday. It is, right? Third Thursday? I'm looking. Yes. Yes. Third Thursday every month. And let me know if you have any questions. Have a great one, you guys. Bye.